Of course it's gonna
So I
work.
heard Kristen from
Of course it
You
is.
gotta think positive.
She had a birthday party for
It
her
is
on
on.
Friday night.
Is that okay?
Luckily it was after.
What
time is
whenever
it?
she was cleaning.
9:00.
I just didn't want to.
It was outside and she was walking around like picking up trash and walked in the grass.
It takes a little bit of time, so I
She
thought-
slipped and
You're not
like,
paranoid or
it was
anything.
just kind of walking down the hill. Her foot went out in front of her.
What?
And the other one went underneath her.
So she hasn't been in.
No, she. Friday night.
Surgery.
No, it's a glass bottle and that's just a little. I don't have, I just use that. Larry, do you want this?
Copies.
So they know what we're talking about. I know. Just a big kid.
So you didn't.
Thank you, Larry.
There, Jim Wish. Now we can start the meeting.
Here's your seat. You have to.
Number 5 on the list.
It's so cute. You thought you were gonna go sit over there.
Yeah, we
Final decision.
Here is exactly the order you had everything in. I just kind of wrote it down for them by the original things and then paint and pageant and flooring.
Need to get Chris.
I do, yeah.
So we can,
That way they can add and deduct the numbers easily or easier.
After that, it's your
okay, let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. It is Tuesday, May 16th, 2017. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Born and unborn.
Okay,
Okay.
minutes and reports received and filed.
I have the April 2017 collector fees filed.
Okay. Commissioner Committee Liaison Reports, upcoming meetings and events.
Campo Board of Directors meeting tomorrow, Chamber Connections tomorrow evening. If y'all can hold the rain off Friday, we've got Red Cross golf tournament. And the Casa golf tournament's Monday. I may need to take a loan out for that. Okay, I think that's it.
I have a safety meeting on Thursday at 9. Besides running kids everywhere, that's it for me.
Give you some of mine. I've got Cap
What?
Region.
You're gonna run some of mine for me?
No, I'll give you some
No.
of my stuff.
Oh. No,
thought you
I
were
don't
saying
need any.
some of his kids.
Oh, well, you know, I got Cap Region Board of Directors meeting tonight, Bank Board meeting tomorrow. Thursday, I'm on KWAS talking about the Lions peanut sale. TIF Commission, Thursday evening. Larry will be there. Friday is our peanut sale, so yeah, I'm hoping it's not gonna rain. Saturday, we're doing a book signing of Jeremy Amick's new book, Together as One. Sunday, I got the Naval Sea Cadet change of command out at the Ike Skelton Center. And that's all I've got. presentation from staff consultants and invited guests. You're one of our invited guests,
Thanks.
Jim.
You guys should have sort of the breakdown in front of you for the change order proposal. Whenever we awarded this last week or the week before, whenever that was, I alluded to several changes that we just kind of missed the first go around. And those are broken out in the blue and they total $3,876. The rest of the items are additional requests that we received from the different offices and departments, and they are there for your consideration. Any questions, fire away. Otherwise, that's kind of where things stand now, so.
I haven't had a chance to look at this, so I don't know whether we're supposed to make a decision today or what are we just, you
Yeah.
just.
Please.
So we can kind of go through them if you want. The first one, the recorder's office in purple. So Ralph is getting some new office furniture is the plan, and currently they have sort of a cabinet underneath that window. If they remove that, it's essentially the bottom half of the wall, and so that'll require some drywall and a little bit extra carpet. Basically that in a nutshell. And then back in his vault and kitchen area, the feeling is that the tile back there is pretty tore up and they'd like to see that replaced. Larry's office 2A, basically, he wants to do some remodeling of his workstations. Front counters, sorry. Okay. And then he has a folding partition that he would like to be removed. And then also there is some vinyl covering on his wall, some wallpaper looking stuff. He wants to see that removed and painted with the rest of it. And then the ductwork, that's one of the ones we had talked about last time that we just kind of missed on that walkthrough. The rear entry has the same thing with the vinyl wall covering. Again, they'd like to see that taken off and painted with the rest of it. And then with that, you're gonna have to get new code base. So there's the cost for that. And then in that rear stairwell, last time I had sent you pictures. I don't know if you've walked down there, but that's kind of tore up. That's your prerogative if you want to fix it, but that's the cost to do so. And then, and the commission to remove the vinyl in here, this blue stuff, and then the blue stuff behind you, basically, and then paint that, and then the remodel that you guys have been considering.
How about we tackle the easy stuff first?
So save this for the end of the meeting, you mean?
No.
What was our original budget? What did we have? I know we came in under a little bit, so what do we have to work with?
Well, the original budget was $125,000, but that really wasn't including any kind of remodeling of taking cabinets out, fixing walls,
Okay,
taking
what was
both.
the original budget?
It was just for paint. and
125,000?
carpet. Yes,
Okay, what did the bid come in at?
104.
I think we were 110 or 112.
So we got about $12,000 to work with?
That's up to you.
It's posted on the website.
Is it in PO? Oh, is it purchase order too?
No, because we haven't made the.
I'll find it.
I don't know, there's a lot of this I thought would have been covered in the original bid, like repairing the damaged plaster for painting. I thought that would be included. These walls, I thought that would have been included with it for the initial walkthrough, and my apologies, I wasn't there for that, to go through all that.
When we did the walkthrough, they specifically asked and were told not to include that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't
mean-
there to say, yeah, I'd like to
Right,
include
yeah.
that.
But that was
So-
definitely our side and not the,
No, I wasn't blaming that on the contractor or the bidders, so. That's a couple of them that I thought would have been included with it.
Ralph?
Regarding the recorder's office.
Probably want to come up here, Ralph,
Oh, yes.
so we're not getting phone calls because they can't hear y'all.
regarding the recorder's office, item 1C, that's not a priority right now. In fact, I did not realize I initiated that. I thought a fellow came in to measure the floors for tile, so I showed him the floors that had not been already included with carpet. So if you were not intending to do that, I was not either. So
I think some of these things on here, Ralph, we're just looking at while we're in here doing this stuff, it now might be the time to do it, so we were just looking at
Well,
options, so.
and if that's the
where that
case,
came from.
And if that's the case, if you initiated it, and then
It, you know, wherever it was initiated.
also,
Did Larry Benson say he would pay for it? Is that what I heard? You pass the mic back there to him?
with the idea that this is a good time to update those rooms also, then that would be appreciated. Also, item 1B, I am in the because of this project, it got me, we need to update the office. You know, that's been a goal of mine ever since I arrived 2 years ago. And this project was a good time to initiate that process. So I have been working with Samco to develop a floor plan so that we can bring in new workstations. And my plan is, and still is, to get that floor plan and the estimated cost for it to bring to you to ask you to pay for it. The wall, the demolition of a lower wall portion and casework. Let's see, the removal of the Jim, is that all that the wall we're talking about? Yeah,
between the two doors.
Yeah, that area, that would be part of the office, redesign of the office. The idea is we do not use the glass, we do not use those windows. We have blinds on them now, and we just leave them closed. The cabinetry, the staff feels that the cabinetry would be better used if we could capture that floor space and we could locate storage in one of our back rooms instead of using that cabinet for storage. So by eliminating the cabinet work and the countertop and the storage that it provides, we would capture it's about 20 feet. So we would capture about 30 square feet of floor space. About 50 square feet of floor space. So that's what that is about. If we do not do that right now, I do not have a final floor plan, although I think we're 90% there. I believe we have come up with a very good 5 new workstations that are very efficient and will provide for a very efficient work with the documents that we work with. But I should be ready to present that to you, within a week, but I'm not ready today. Do you have any questions on what I've presented to you?
So you don't know what your furniture is gonna cost?
I do not yet. I do have Samco working on the cost of the 5 new workstations. The workstations are all identical, so we can estimate one, then we can multiply that by 5. But they are working on that cost now. The furniture and the workstations we have now they're of different generations. And some of it's definitely, and this would be a good time to replace those workstations.
For your information, those cabinets are integral part of the wall under the windows.
It's all built into
I want scrambled eggs.
Biscuits and gravy. Everybody else is checking their phone.
That's all.
I'm gonna start calling him before the meeting starts. see if this is going on.
They do that to Ron Jordan at Lions Club.
Jim was about to tell you that the cabinetry is actually holding up the windows, is that right,
Right,
Jim?
right. They're tucked under that windowsill. They're an integral part of the framing.
It used to be all open. It was just a countertop there. It used to be all open.
Oh.
How many square foot was that for the floor replacement?
It's right at 50. It's about 25 foot between the doors and 250.
50 square foot?
Right.
What's so expensive about that stuff?
This is
11.
taking the wall out, rebuilding the wall. This is everything combined.
Oh, no, I'm talking about 1C, the additional floor tile replacement.
Oh, that's in the vault in the kitchen area. That's moving all those files and everything else, and that's the same plank floor that Larry picked out for his office. You're gonna hear about in a minute.
Okay. I didn't know what all it entailed. At $11,000, that's a lot of floor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where you want to go next? You want to go through them all?
Might as well go down the list.
And then we
That's
can
fine.
do a la carte if you want to do
Yeah.
it. Or I might just be a no today. It just might be as easy.
Everybody. Unless Larry's got his checkbook.
No, let's go through them.
Let's just start with that, Larry.
I just want to be treated the same as everyone else.
Oh, you will be.
2A, I intend to cover that expense. And if I need to do 2B and 2C, I don't think 2D should be my expense, because you all are taking care of lowering the ceilings and replacing the lighting. But 2A, B, and C, I'm more than willing to pay for out of my budget.
Okay. I don't have any other questions for Larry.
Where's your checkbook, Ralph?
Greg, on 2D, we can't do that? The ductwork and diffusers? That's drop ceiling, right?
And that, it's drop ceiling, but it's all, they're gonna have to take up a bunch of ductwork to connect to what's existing there. And I don't have a metal break or anything here.
It's new diffusers too.
New diffusers.
You can't get flexible ductwork?
Well, you're gonna have to tie it in up there to the ceiling.
You gotta tie it in there. All you gotta do is add a collar and zip tie.
It's not gonna be that easy. What I'm doing myself, I don't have, we're gonna have to get up to the old metal ductwork that's up there and tie it in.
The plaster ceiling is preventing you from getting to the duct attachment.
Okay, that's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
But where we had the expense there because putting the duct and stuff in there shouldn't be that,
No.
cutting it in though, in that
If it
case
would've been
maybe.
that easy, I would've just done it.
There's about, I think, 9 of them, 10 of
On
them.
each side.
Is it gonna handle 2 more?
Yes, you're just dropping what's there down to the lower ceiling, yeah.
Where's it going? If you're dropping it down, where's it going to now?
It's gonna come out the new drop ceiling. Right now, they're flush against the wall above
Where's it
that,
going to
above that
now?
grid.
That's that old egg crate ceiling that we're getting rid of, so it's just filtering through that egg crate ceiling. So now you gotta extend it down to the hard tile.
Okay, I might have to look at it. Does that vinyl wall covering need to come off? Is it like this here all beat up?
I don't think it looks as good as that there, to be honest
Okay.
with you, but
So it looks rough. Looks bad?
yes.
All right.
And as I said, I'd cover that in my office.
Rear entry then?
It's pretty beat up.
It's where the soda machine is. It's kind of very stained. I don't know what.
The old soda machine that was there that Pepsi took out had leaked and the back end of it messed up the wall pretty good. And
So we gotta replace sheetrock?
no, just take the vinyl off and repaint.
Skim coat.
No, that's fun. 6-inch cove base, same area?
Correct.
Is there anything on that now? Nothing?
There's a cove base on
There's a
there.
4-inch on it now.
480.
Okay, then, I guess 4A, unless y'all, I'll keep moving unless y'all have questions.
No.
Nope.
4A then,
At the back stairwell with.
why didn't we have that included in the initial bid, I guess is, I would've thought any damaged areas that's gonna be painted or that's included in the bid, we would've been looking at repairing. I'm not picking on you on this, Jim, I'm thinking through this walkthrough, we should've been saying, yeah, repair that, paint it.
I think we just kind of missed it in the walkthrough, because we went down the front stairs, and then the back stairs are just obviously a mirror of that without that window.
Okay.
But we had talked about that, and you can just, paint over it, or you can fix it, you know what I mean? It's not drywall, it's plaster. so.
It's loose, Jeff. The finish coat
Yeah.
is loose. Yeah.
I know, but I was just trying to figure out why it wasn't included if it was overlooked. Okay. That's where I was wondering why it wasn't included if it's overlooked. Vinyl wall covering, so that's this blue stuff all around
Yep.
and at the entry.
We didn't specify that on Melody's thing or on the outside of Melody's. But I know when Tina was up here yesterday, she thought maybe that could just be painted over because it's a small amount. You know what I'm talking? It's around the.
Yeah,
work.
I think it probably looks fine. It's not beat up or anything. If we want to leave it, we could leave it.
What's that? What are we talking about?
Just around her desk, you said, and you got some
Oh,
woodwork
Melody's.
around it, so it won't be as easy to deal with either.
Now, I did notice that that was in Sam's office too, that we didn't say anything about. It's on the bottom wall.
Well, he's paying for his own stuff, so.
Oh.
We've got your mural coming too, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. I might have to get a lock for my door now. That'd be a sad
I
day.
didn't realize that was in Sam's office.
So you're gonna remove this, skim coat if it needs it, or what's, do you know what's underneath that?
We assume the plaster is.
You think it's just bumped out and plastered over, or you don't think it's,
There may be some board behind that piece there, but this wainscot. We've got the old drawings and they really don't tell us much. We went through those.
all right. And, the remodel. Oh, Debbie.
Where you see that little box that says open wall, apparently from the old drawings, and again, they're not very good, that was the proposed elevator shaft when Blonsky did the design. And we do not know from any record drawings if it's holding up the structure above or not. So game one is to open that up above the ceiling, make sure that that wall can come out. Game two is to put a framed opening in where you see those X's if that wall cannot come out.
Frame opening versus taking out that wall, how much
That's
would that
correct.
take off of that price, or
We gotta buy the frame. So that's-
it's kind of a wash?
it washes, yeah.
Where's your rest of the expenses on that, Debbie?
Where's the rest of the expenses?
F&E.
Huh?
F&E.
Yes. Technically, like we said, the 125 was an estimate of just painting and carpeting. We went a long way from just painting and carpeting. Once you get into a remodel of this type of building, and this building is over 17 years old, and we haven't touched any of it since, most of the stuff that's here. So, just like any remodel, it's gonna cost more than we estimated, but,
Not really. Not all remodels cost more than you estimate.
well, we added more. It wasn't just a, it's not just a paint
That's
and a carpet
different.
right now.
If you add more,
Yes.
but you skipped over my question about F&E for your remodel part.
Yeah.
What are you gonna have in there for that? We're gonna have a little more in that, so.
Yeah, we
Because
could.
you're gonna need more desk, more, let's see. We have cabinets there for the coffee area, the proposed
I'm
coffee
assuming
area.
that's in
included
here.
in the
Okay.
price that Jen provided.
Okay.
Now, understand you're gonna be without a sink for a 30-day period because we'll do the remodel up here and then tie it in when we're down in Larry's office.
We got a break room right across the hall,
Okay.
so I don't know if everybody knows where that one's at or not.
Hey, I'm not on this list, don't pick on me. I'm not costing you anything.
No, I'm just borrowing the sink for coffee.
Oh.
You don't want us
Yeah,
without
you
coffee,
don't.
Steve.
No, we're gonna just play nice with others.
That's not about the janitor's fault.
I'm not gonna dip it out of the toilet, but I'll get water where I need it for my coffee.
I don't wanna drink any of your coffee.
Remind me when Jeff makes coffee.
Yeah, not drinking that.
No, I wouldn't, you don't waste good cold water like that. That's why dogs drink out of the toilet. That's cold water there, boys.
This is public record.
Well, I read it on the internet. It's gotta be true.
We have the new mayor of Centertown here. Let's don't give him the wrong ideas.
Well, yeah, we don't want him going back and having fun at his meetings. I'm just hesitant to go over top of anything that we don't have to do right now, to go over what we budgeted for. A lot of these things, the prices on them, they don't sound bad. I think we need to look at them for possible 2018. Even Debbie, even this office over here, I think that's a good idea, and I don't think the price is bad for that.
It just makes sense, the timing now versus waiting, since we're in the middle of tearing up.
I understand.
Painting, carpeting.
But painting and carpet, we're not gonna tear that much up in there. It's square tiles, so you can work around a lot of that too. Cover it up, you can salvage it for another.
Jeff, can I interject?
Sure.
Your demolished materials getting out of these finished spaces down the road are gonna be, those are block walls.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know.
Yeah. We're gonna have a lot of stuff moving anyway, so you're gonna probably end up repainting most of it anyway, so. Doing it now, how much is that gonna save?
In the staging and everything, coming back later. I don't know, is there a percent that you use or anything?
It'd be a wag. Yeah.
Jeff, back to 1C. It would be nice if we could redo the kitchen area just for the aesthetics of it, to update the kitchen and make it look more desirable. However, the vault, additional floor tile replacement in the two vaults, I don't think that's necessary. The two floors that are in there now are utilitarian, but that's fine. But the kitchen area.
So what would that save us, Jim, if we,
I'm looking here, I don't have it broken out. They lumped all the areas together. I'll have to get you that. It'd be a pro rata percentage basis because they're already here.
And just based on some of the, like that cost and the cost for the collector, I mean, for what we're gonna get done is, bargain. That's my 2 cents. And I'll be quiet. Sorry, Larry.
Mine's
Is there anything
replacing
you
all
wanted to put?
countertops. The floor portion of mine is just a very narrow strip behind those counters. I'm not proposing new floors in the kitchen or our break area. Unless you all want to pay for those too.
The money for 1C, I would rather apply that to 1B. As far as priorities, I would rather apply that 1C and help us with, use that to fund 1B. And I'm talking about the workstations. The workstations.
So I'm just gonna go back from the estimate to what the bid was that's already been awarded and the lighting. And then the collector paying his part of 2A and 2B. Sorry, I threw that one in there, Larry.
And 2C, actually.
And 2C,
Then I'll throw that one in there. If you insist, I'll throw that.
1A and 1B and 3.
Okay, and then if you took out 1C.
Vaseline at these meetings.
You're down to $164,000.
Soothe the pain.
Versus the 125.
Basically, if we do all but 1C and 5B, we're under budget.
Oh, most definitely if you take out 5B, yeah.
Right. Obviously, we didn't plan on that when we
No.
budgeted.
It was nowhere in the plan.
Right. But I mean, if we wait on Ralph's 1C, Larry picks up some of his, and we do all this other stuff, we're within the budget, so. But I still think that we ought to do 5B while we're doing it. I think it makes sense. That really wasn't part of the budget for painting and floor covering.
Makes sense. Never mind.
Yeah, the question is still the elevator shaft, I guess, more than anything.
You're covered cost-wise.
Okay.
You just don't know what you're gonna get for an end product.
It's gonna be a wash either way. You
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
have open or else you have a header frame.
Okay.
So what were you
So
saying,
it could be,
Chris?
it
All
could
of
be
it?
less, or, I mean, if we do a framed opening, is it gonna be less, or?
No, because you got to shore to get the frame opening in. You got to shore the masonry above to get the frame in. If we can totally demolish the masonry and get rid of it, that's simpler, so.
Okay. But then you're gonna have to frame the wall back, right?
Right. Well, there won't be a wall there. They're wanting that open. That's what we're trying to accomplish. The drawing is from architect Greg here.
Oh, so that wall would just be open.
That's our goal.
Well, I just said if you took out 1C and 5B, you're within your budget for basically painting and floor covering. I mean, which was basically the basic bid. We didn't budget really for 5B, but I think it does make sense. And so I'd be for moving forward with that.
Well, if we don't do it now, we probably will never do it. So it's,
Yay or nay, I don't care.
yeah. Well, yes, Brian?
So one of the things that I think Jennifer and I were talking about yesterday was when you go to remodeling and reconstruction, the network infrastructure needs to be consideration in that. I don't know if that is or it isn't, because when you go to moving walls and replacing and moving workstations, there's going to be a cost associated with that if it's already been considered. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that you got to have an access point available to you when you're doing your construction or remodeling, because like right now, I know in the recorder's office, some of that stuff comes out of the floor and different things like that. So I don't know, I just want you guys, everybody to be aware of that. And if it's not considered in the cost, then that needs to be looked at.
I think you and I talked about data ports.
We have conduits and stuff in the wall, stubbed above the ceiling for him to take over. We have no data wiring. We do have the conduit provision.
Could have somebody come in and do all the cable,
Right.
do the patch panel and stuff.
I agree with that. It's no problem. Just patch the panels right back here.
You gonna patch it into the jacks and everything?
I can punch them down.
Can you patch them in?
Good. That's your thing?
I mean, we use that,
We call
shrimp a lot.
I was thinking to have Mark do it because it needs to be done. Not that you could do it. Hey, he's practicing architect. Mark lives in the logo.
And those are three areas I do have question marks on, is the furniture and the recorder, if there was F&E up here, and the computer cabling, so. And there potentially still could be other things that come up, I don't know. It's that
No.
remodeling thing that
No.
kills you.
That
I
won't
did
be
that
the
on
end.
my house, I know.
Yeah.
It's not
That won't be the end of it. It's gonna be, because you don't have your furniture in here either.
No, those are three unknown. Right,
Three unknowns. And that stuff's not cheap. Before we're done with all of it, we could have double that price.
oh,
How much you think your furniture's gonna be?
well, we were technically planning to reuse whatever we could use.
Technically planning to use what we could use.
Yeah, I
But what we
mean,
can't is the unknown.
bringing up furniture.
I know how that goes.
You do a lot with card tables too.
You can get milk crates or old used power line around the tables and put in there. I don't know, and I don't think that if we don't do it this year, doesn't mean we won't ever do it. There's no reason why we can't look at doing it next year, putting it into 2018. I think it's a good deal to do it. I think it's good
Oh,
to
with
get
that-
Jennifer's office over here too, because she's here a lot. She helps with a lot of stuff over here. It would make just complete sense to get that over here. And then, just give some room for the new employee to work there. Y'all can do that stuff instead of having them sit in the break room with everybody coming in and out on private stuff. So, I don't disagree with getting it done and making better use of that space. I'm just big on how the budget's set up right now.
What would that add, Jim, if we waited and did this next year?
It's hard to say. You'd go through the bid process and mobilizations and so on. Yeah.
What do we typically budget to spend our portion of the capital every year?
Well, at the beginning of the year, if you know there's projects that you want to do,
Right.
then we put those in the list. And then we do always have extra money in contingency or just in capital of things that come up during the year. Greg's gonna present you some stuff today on that part of it. So, and I sent you guys a list probably a week or two ago of where we were with capital as far as our cash balance, how much sales tax is still gonna come in, and what projects we had open, and what our Greg's 3-year out and 5-year out on all of our buildings, what he thought we would need. I don't know. I got copies of it. Yeah, I know I got another one, Jeff.
Sorry, gotcha.
Is 15% of the overall, is that what goes to buildings?
I
Yeah.
gave Greg a copy, that's what I did. There you go.
So what's this say? We got the money in there?
Yes?
No? Yes?
Yes. It just,
We
I
got
mean-
439,000 balance as of 4/20. We're gonna bring in another 616,000 roughly. So we'll have 1,055,000 to spend this year.
Can we go through the stuff Greg's wanting to look at? and then look at the extras.
Sure.
Because that's gonna make probably a difference on the amount of money that you're looking at being able to spend or not. And I think there are probably on some priorities on his list.
That's what I did. You wanna go through that now with Greg's list?
I don't know, we can buzz through everybody else's stuff and
How long do you have, Jen?
You're fine.
Let's look at the current projects, just to see where you get to the 439.
Okay. Let me open mine here.
Did you get a copy of this, Jeff?
yeah, this one?
Yeah. So the painting and carpeting's already, 110,000's already in the current project.
I changed that to exactly what the bid was before, so that's why. it went
Right, I
down
mean,
from
but
the
that's a close
125.
amount.
Yeah.
Where are we at on the sidewalk and railing and landscaping?
We
got
don't
bid
know
yet
yet.
on that. Is that gonna be enough?
I don't know.
Computer, what all's that?
It's just the rest of the switches and all the stuff that was already previously budgeted for IS. I didn't get the list together yet. But I mean, we had a list, but we purchased some of the stuff already this year. Sirens, I understand you guys did approve that.
Go back to computers, cause that totally, what switches, I mean, that's what we budget for computer replacement. This is IT's budget.
Well, it's in your sales tax, but it's a list usually that Dale had come up with in this case instead of Brian. I think it's a lot
Well,
of
it's
the.
Brian's list now, so it's Brian's list of replacement stuff over the next 5 years, or
No, this year.
This year.
this year that he recommended for. Okay, so it's IT replacement stuff,
Yeah.
budgeted stuff is,
Mhm.
okay.
And
All right.
It's a lot of the.
Sirens,
Yes.
That was the batteries.
yeah. Parking
Bless
lot,
you.
bless you.
What's it?
Parking lot can be pushed off.
What's the parking lot?
Couple years, I'm not sure which.
The
Which parking
bathrooms.
lot?
Property.
Huh?
Property.
Oh, okay.
And then the city, I think we were waiting on the third phase of the equipment for the 911. You tell me if that's true or not, but that's what I had remembered. That was like a 5-year phase, and this is the last of what I understood. So then after you exclude all those other ones up above, you're at 539 from the actual cash balance. But then we will receive another 616,000.
You're 539 or 439?
I'm sorry, 439. Looking
Okay.
right at it. And then the upcoming priority list, A, Bs, and Cs.
Some of
And
that-
Greg has added a couple more things here.
Some of those have changed. With all the rain we've had this year, we had more tile off the Carnegie building fall off. Had come back, put it on, he said the roof is shot, it's done. It crumbles in your hands.
Talking about Carnegie?
Yeah, I'll just start, I gave you all a list, put it on your desk. And the water table, he said is shot too, so we're gonna have to do something pretty quick. Tuck pointing, we've had a bunch more fallout. A bunch fell out on the sidewalks, which we've swept up again. The back awning over the handicap doors all tore up from all this rain and the years and snow. And it needs to be larger to cut down on some of the water coming down to that little 3-inch drain, which heavy rain, so it doesn't handle it and it runs back into the building.
Can you give me an estimated price on that?
On the awning,
Yeah.
figured 2,500. Some of the people have requested some lighting put out back on the back for the parking area, shine down into the pit. Just some things I've put on there. We spent over $200 or $2,000 on chiller repair this year. plus I've got a control board that I'm gonna have to purchase for that chiller over at Carnegie's for $1,000. Takes you to the annex, roughly talking with 3 mechanical contractors, rough estimate, you're about 20 tons short of cooling upstairs for the top floor. That's why it gets so hot upstairs during the summer.
But is that cost, is that just to do that, or is that to do the whole building?
Figured to do the whole building was the $600,000 I think we put in there. We figured roughly $30 to $35 a square foot. That's controls, new units, do everything. And that should be pretty accurate. You know, in this annex already, we've already spent $600,000 on control system in this building, as well as a $100 control board for the chiller outside.
6,000.
6,000?
6,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, geez. That takes us to the old generator. Manufactured in '73. Back then, diesel motors were set up for high sulfur fuel. Of course, EPA, we don't have high sulfur fuel anymore. So the old fuel that's in there is just, or the new old fuel is the low sulfur fuel, and it's just eating it up. We've already spent a ton of money on it. The monitoring system, I've got 2 printer ribbons left. After that, we're gonna have to replace that because parts are obsolete for that printer. I have to have that for our insurance company. So, you know.
Can we get that discussion put back on the agenda as a standalone discussion to talk about removal, possibly moving IT, finding some other solution there? Because I think that's a bigger discussion than today.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
And then in 2018, we're gonna have to upgrade the software for the law enforcement center for the HVAC system over there.
Okay?
And Brian sat in on that meeting.
And that's where you got 13,000 there?
Yes, sir.
So as far as my, I mean, obviously we need to treat the Carnegie like we've treated the other buildings, and we need to start on the outside and work our way in. To me, ceiling and roof replacement are the top priority, and that's about $290,000. We've been putting that one off for a while.
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, some of these others could possibly wait, if we wanted to look at the heating and cooling at the annex. I mean, that might be the next one. I know our energy consumption is very high here, so, I mean, those are the big ones. We've did an awful lot of big ones, but but anyway, we already got, you know, in the current projects, we got 110,000 that we've already coming out of our balance for the painting and carpet. And so any additional stuff we would, you know, would come out of our portion of remaining balances for the capital. I don't know where the FF&E for the health department, you had that in there somewhere, I thought.
I have it.
Yeah, do we have any idea when we're gonna acquire that building or when they're gonna be out?
They're working on a new one.
Okay. Probably be next year.
I bet it's listed submerging.
Yeah, I think probably doing the Carnegie, it's kind of like we've got Pringer Center pretty much done. If you take each building one at a time.
Your biggest expense is gonna probably be in the next 3 to 5 years is when we do the courthouse. With the plumbing, the electric, and the HVAC, that's gonna be your big spender. You're looking anywhere, probably $3 to $5 million for doing that building. On the inside.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Slate.
I did have that in the upcoming 2016 project.
Right.
And FF&E and repair of the building, so I had $500,000.
No.
So.
Where's that?
They put
It's
the
in yellow,
slate.
right below the
And they
600,000.
put the type 1, I guess it's type 1 slate.
2.5 million.
No.
That's right.
It's
It's
Oh.
on mine. Sorry, it's 150,000, but Greg told me to be closer to the quarter to a half. I don't know. Sound like a new roof is what I understood.
Jim, you remember when we looked at that roof,
So I changed it to 500.
the new health department?
Oh, that was 6 months ago.
Yeah. We were looking at new roof on that.
So that may be extremely high, but I was
Still
at
serviceable.
1.4.
It's
Yeah.
aging.
I mean, I think we really need to probably, are we wanting to discuss these today, make decisions on these, or?
I was just gonna bring them up to you guys to
Okay.
get it into your head, because we're gonna have to do something going forward.
Well, we need to make decisions, but I mean, so obviously some of these we're gonna put off.
Some of this we can put off a little bit. yes.
Right. But if we're looking for a $3 to $5 million electrical and plumbing replacement upgrade, that's something we gotta start saving for.
We're gonna have some more over there with the new health building too. There's gonna be more to it than just getting in and moving.
Now, some of this stuff, it's a roof on the old jail, law enforcement building.
That was tuck pointing, I understand, but that's further out, so that's
Be coming out of the sheriff's budget though, right?
definitely could, yes.
I think I would move ahead with the Carnegie building.
Well, so this just gives you an idea of where we are. We can definitely have another standalone meeting on capital, but as far as cash money and what projects, big projects are coming, so maybe that'll help you decide on what you want to do with this project at hand.
Let's go back to change orders.
Yeah.
Let's get this
Get Jim,
done.
get Jim,
I mean, I'm still on everything but 1C. I mean, let's get it done. I mean, if it makes sense, you know, then we should do it. If it doesn't make sense, then, you know, if you guys don't want to do 5B, then fine, let's do all the rest. Let's not do 1C or 5B. Let's just move on, because we gotta pick out colors, we gotta, I don't wanna be here all day.
yeah.
I got all day.
You're
Where you at,
you're in
Zach?
charge of colors then.
Are you sure you wanna do that?
Yeah,
Get all
yeah.
the-
That way, you just like you're in charge of
Jim,
parking, so when
this-
everybody complains, they
purple
complain
color.
to Jeff.
I want that purple color on the bottom and back here, and I want yellow on top and smiley faces. All right. No,
You meet with the girls when I leave, okay?
No, they don't want that, and I don't want that. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with the rest of it, because it's still gonna be within what we budgeted. I haven't decided yet on the remodel.
Well, are you gonna start here? I mean, obviously, you're gonna start in our office first.
This upper floor is pretty well the month of June and
Okay.
July down below, with a few exceptions.
If Sam says go ahead, that's your two votes to just move on with it. We don't have to even
Okay, let's go ahead.
and do it, so I'm not.
Would you clarify which line items?
Everything
I think
except
I'm
for-
like, I'm with Chris on 5B, because I think if we don't do it now, I don't think we'll do it.
So you're okay with doing everything but 1C?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not against 5B.
No, I know,
just not-
I know.
So will you get us a
Necessarily
formal
for
change
right now.
order so we can approve that?
And then we've also presented a timeline where we'll be everywhere and we'll complicate it now with this, okay?
So then, when are you gonna bring us a cost of furniture, Debbie? And cost of moving any technological lines and stuff like that? Because we're gonna have some surprises here. Whenever you come up to talk about that, let me know. I'm not gonna be here. Huh?
Why?
No, because that's the thing, is we don't have all the answers. That's my biggest thing right now. We don't have FF&E, we don't have
I mean, you got the
moving
cost.
stuff, so.
I deal with you, you deal with them.
Okay, I said my piece, move on.
So we'll just change
All right, Sam, right?
Okay, let's go. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Bids and contracts.
Yeah, we're not quite done.
Oh,
Almost done.
Okay.
We were having some difficulty picking out paint colors. Everyone has their own opinion. We had someone come in. We're just looking for approval for these. The top color is the trim, middle is main, and then the accent color is this bottom color. I'll put it on the carpet.
Give it to you if you want.
Yeah.
And Jim, maybe you can explain, that departments don't have to have an accent color if they don't want to, if they do, but.
Right. Limited to one wall in an office or something. Make the other three uniform, and if somebody wants the accent wall, they can have it.
so Jeff's back wall.
Oh, we got a mural coming, we got a mural coming for you, don't worry.
So out of these
Probably a
three
flat
colors,
back
they can pick a color or?
Well, look at the notes on it. Some of it is
Okay,
for the hollow
main,
metal.
accent, and trim.
Yeah, the trim is the steel frames,
yeah.
the metal frames,
Okay.
the metal doors. There's a few metal doors.
Okay,
So if we would want to do this as an accent in the darker,
Yes, yes.
you wanna see this, Jeff?
No, I'm colorblind. What are you all gonna do on the soffits? Are you gonna give them the option if they want the bottom of the soffit white and then you have the sides like?
We hired
like
Tina
soffits?
Davis to bring all this together, and she has outlined the soffits and stuff, so that's all documented.
Okay, so like yours, Steve, that underneath, if you want to do that different color.
I thought we were just gonna do that one.
Steve, do you want to?
Yeah, she's already crossed that
Okay.
bridge, yeah.
And what she had said, that's an entrance for the public to stop to the office space, so theirs may be a different color.
I'm
but-
just fine, I just know
Okay.
that it's a little different doing that, because you can paint that all the same
Yeah.
color, or else you can do the underneath a different color, as long as you all looked at that. so.
So just so you know, she has this remaining the same. Our soffit remaining the same.
Not painted?
Paint the soffit in here.
Yeah.
They're
Because it
gonna,
is a different color right now, and it would go well with those other colors, she said.
so they're gonna put a fresh coat of paint on it or just leaving it?
We owe you one, it's up to you. You get a nickel back if you don't want it.
Nickelback.
I think you're on white, would you slip the shot?
We're gonna go with what she.
Better leave the nickel out for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everything needs to be painted. I mean, if you wanna paint them the same color, I don't have a problem with that. I'm good with those colors. Let's just go with it. If it's wrong, it's Jeff's fault. He's colorblind.
Yeah, I'm not picking the colors. I think, I was surprised the last time that y'all got it picked already that soon, so. And but then they put it on the walls and it just looked a
yeah,
lot darker.
yeah.
So that's why they wanted to revisit it. And I'm fine with that.
In this room with no windows, it would really be dark.
I don't necessarily disagree with Chris. Either go ahead and put a coat of paint on everything, might as well while they're up there. If it's gonna be the same. If you had in the bid.
Are you gonna add white for the ceiling then, or are you gonna paint it black?
Leave it the same color.
We're gonna paint ours
Above them,
exact-
That would make them all dark, wouldn't it, if you painted that piece above them a darker color?
We're gonna
No,
paint these
same.
the same color that they are.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah, we're
Jim
not
said.
gonna,
so you're-
we're not
There's
gonna,
technically a fourth color for these.
Okay, so we're adding a color, okay, perfect. I like that. I think that ought to be white. Ceiling white.
Do
Anything
ceiling
else?
white, I don't care. Keep on
No.
white.
okay. We're gonna keep moving ahead.
Thank you.
So we adding a fourth color. You okay with that fourth color? Was that in the bid?
Is that your purple?
Okay. Well, I'll make sure.
Yeah, yeah.
We won't tell the painter till he's here, okay?
He probably don't care.
Another gallon of paint, it's gonna take one coat if you use the same
Okay,
color.
let's get moving.
All right.
Bids and contracts,
You
sign,
have to cut it in.
sign of CenturyLink agreement on maintenance.
for us, will you? Here's the two contracts from CenturyLink. I'm
Better
gonna
make
let
him sign out on
Brian
that.
talk about it.
Have you not seen it?
Did you send it a couple weeks ago?
It's been a while that we had it waiting. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the same way.
Yeah. Okay, Brian.
Yep.
Yeah. So I went through and audited all the serial numbers and went through and verified all the devices and things like that. That's, from what I can tell, that's our normal CenturyLink maintenance agreements that we carry on devices, so, and it's an annual amount.
We got two different ones, I guess.
Right, yeah. One is for, the smaller amount is for actually the Call Manager Express software, and then the larger amount is for actually physical pieces of hardware.
Is there any changes in them?
There's no changes. There's gonna be some older devices that are not listed there that'll be dropping off, and that's what's in my IT budget for this year is the replacement of the older devices. But those are all current right now, and I have them all registered on the Cisco website too, so they kind of give me a heads up as far as what devices are gonna be coming old edition, so.
We need to do these separately, or can we do them together?
Two different ones. I just have CenturyLink agreement, which other one you looking at? That's it.
There's actually
just
two
of
there.
them. I'd say you can do both in one motion.
Do the same.
Yeah, I'd just do them both at the same time.
I move
Yeah.
that we approve and sign two contracts with CenturyLink as product and service agreements.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Approval and signing of Cole County Medical Director contract.
Good morning. This is just our
Good morning.
annual renewal with Dr. Kaywood. He serves as our medical director and does chart review for our family planning clinic. No increase in the fee.
Got a contract?
Yes, I did. Jill did review her.
Okay.
It was on the back.
I move that we sign the agreement with Dr. Kaywood.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval and signing of engineering agreement for Sheer Drive Stormwater Improvement Project.
Sheer Drive, as we've talked about recently in different meetings, was a stormwater failure of a pipe that we needed to get replaced as soon as possible. We have not really an emergency agreement with Central Missouri Professional Services, but an agreement on a very tight time frame to get it completed on the design end of it for $10,200. And it's titled the Sheer Drive Stormwater Improvements Project with Central Missouri Professional Services. The timeline in it is 30 days, but it'd probably be quicker than that. And they've already started surveying. Do you have any questions?
Is this something we're gonna bid, or?
We're gonna bid it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna do it in-house?
No, it's too big a project. We've got too much in-house work to do.
Okay.
Fine with it.
I move that we sign the agreement with Central Missouri Professional Services for the Sheer Drive Stormwater Improvements Project.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval and signing of Liberty Road Bridge Project final closeout change order.
Okay, as you know, the bridge was open about 5 or 6 weeks early in advance of the original completion date. The contractor did a very good job on the project. A few little odds and ends that we added through the course of construction primarily consisted of some additional pavement on the approaches, and then also When paving the driveway approaches, we ran into some subgrade stabilization issues, and then a little bit for some piling. And the amount of the change order is $3,396 with Bernanke Construction, and I would recommend approval of that.
Still came in under budget, right? So,
So we just approving the change order, Eric, or are we doing the final closeout?
It's both the same, really.
Okay, so we're gonna release retainage.
After he submits the final paperwork. This is one of the final documents that has to be approved by both parties.
I move that we approve change order number 1 with the final closeout quantities for the Liberty Road Bridge Replacement Project.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Bid award 2017-21 single axle dump truck.
We got 6 bids from 3 different respondents. The lowest response was Freightliner with an at-high bid, and Public Works has determined that's the lowest and best bid, therefore that's the recommendation, with the inclusion of the optional snowplow, extended warranty, and optional tailgate spreader, for a total of $133,160.
We might point out that everything's the same on both trucks. The motor's the same, transmission's the same. Axles are the same. The beds are the same. You know, everything's verbatim. Freightliner came in and beat him on the price.
I'm good.
Yep.
That-
Fine with it.
Yeah.
I move that we award the bid for the single axle dump truck to Columbia Freightliner.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
With all the optional equipment.
Yeah.
Approval and signing of agreement for professional engineering services for Tanner Bridge Road Safety Improvement Project.
Okay, this one, we'll probably want to discuss a little bit. We have, since pretty much the first of the year, been discussing safety improvements on Tanner Bridge Road. It kind of started with an accident location to the south of Grand Highland, Friendship Road area. Through looking at that and working on that, we discovered that Tanner Bridge Road might be a good candidate for some safety improvements, which would primarily be horizontal and vertical alignment changes. Nothing substantial, but just correcting some areas where there's some sight distance problems, tight and narrow roadway issues, removing tree removal, kind of opening up the right of way to where you can see good, especially around curves. And so the process, in working with the Road and Bridge Advisory Committee, we kind of worked through the process of identifying kind of the key areas, and we centered in on 4 locations, and through discussion and with our consultant that we've been working with, we've added a 5th. It's kind of a component of one of the 4. And so we've worked with Central Missouri Professional Services to come up with a scope and fee and determine locations and kind of a general idea of what to do on these locations. The amount of the contract is $64,795. And the 5 locations that we've centered in on are just to the south of Route B intersection. There's an area there where we have some concerns. Terra Road is another one at that intersection. There's some vertical alignment issues and sight distance issues at that intersection. There is a school, a Montessori school back on Terra Road that generates quite a bit of traffic. And so this is, we would probably recommend this as being the first priority of the 5. A third location, which actually came out of discussing the fourth location, is a low-lying area in the bottom, right before you go up the hill to get to the Grand Highland area. And this is an area that floods when we have significant flooding on the Morrow, and it was actually flooded this last time around. And when this floods, the Morrow River Bridge also floods, and so it isolates, basically traps anybody living in that area. And so this would be a location we would look at, primarily just raising the grade of the road and getting it out of that floodplain area. And then the fourth location is just up from there, just south from that location, and that's a kind of an S-curve there. This might, when we get through the process, this might turn into just some tree clearing, some right-of-way clearing issues. By doing that, it may take out the site distance issue. And then the fifth, last location would be past Grand Highland and Friendship intersection, a curve in which we've had some accidents recently. We installed some chevrons around that curve. It's got some horizontal, or not horizontal primarily, just vertical issues with the curve that we could correct fairly easily. But it would take surveying and designing a new center line of the road. So those are the 5 locations. As I said, it's with Central Missouri Professional Services. The amount of the engineering agreement is $64,795. We would recommend approval, and I would entertain any questions that you have.
So the section that floods, I mean, if you raise it up some, is it gonna totally be out of the floodplain, or, I mean, is it gonna correct it?
What we're gonna look at is at the historic highs that we've seen and try and raise it above that. It's easier to move this one up because with any core permits that we get, we have to be concerned about raising the upstream flood elevation by no more than a foot. If we raise it at the bridge, that's going to influence that quite a bit more because you're constricting the flow across that bottom. This is backwater back in here, and that's what we're going to look at, is try and get it high enough to where people can get in and out. Larry, I don't remember how deep you think.
Usually it's about 2.5 foot deep.
It'd be a lot easier to raise it there to give access to the neighbors without affecting the flow on the Morrow, where we have to worry about raising backwater above the bridge. So.
One thing to point out, with these 5 locations, we know we won't have enough money in the half-cent sales tax for this 5-year period to do everything. We'll prioritize through the design process and determine which ones, and rank them and go from there on it. The flood area, while it is, a safety issue with getting people in and out, it's not really a road geometric issue. And so we would just have to figure that in as we're deciding which ones to do. Of course, the commission would have input and final say on that.
And I just have some concerns about trying to raise the road to keep it from flooding. I mean, there's other areas in the county where people actually are trapped, can't get in or out.
Well, that's basically this area here.
Well, there's a few, and of course, those driveways that come right into that area, those are the ones that are trapped, right?
Well, no, it's Terra Road, everyone up on Terra Road to school. The homes back there, there's probably 3 or 4 of them right there on the road, on that hill. Plus what's in the Terra Road subdivision back in there.
So are we gonna fix all these issues where people can get in and out and other places too?
We've been trying to, yes. I know we've got one out on Walnut Acres yet. We've got one low area out there, but there's, I think, only, one home there? Yeah.
There's more than one out there.
There are, but majority of them, Chris, we've been addressing as we've done low water structures and bridges.
I mean, I'm fine with the project. I mean, obviously that one curve by Greg Hayes's, I think it needs to be, the alignment needs to be adjusted, or the pitch needs to be corrected there. And I think that's an issue there anytime you go around a curve and the pitch is wrong, throws you off the road. Terra Road, I think, you know, that could be addressed there. I did see where you were, what was the 150 feet that I saw on your, is that, you're gonna try to pave back 150 feet or?
No, not necessarily, and this was just for estimating purposes, primarily just to give you an idea of the scope. The 150, if we were to just realign the intersection to make it come in at the high point of the curve on Tanner Bridge, we may have to take it back that far to get things to line up. It may not be anywhere close to that. It may be that we leave the intersection where it is and just change the vertical alignment on
Tanner Bridge.
Road.
We
Those
might be-
things would need to be flushed out as we do the design.
Whichever be the cheaper route. I think we can make grade adjustments on Tanner Bridge and really not have to affect Terra. So,
And will we have to require some right-of-way for the landowner to the north there, kinda?
Yeah, with this being a special road district, old road built in that period, there is no right-of-way, it's just easement by statute. And so, a couple ways you could approach it. We could, if the property owners are willing to give us the right-of-way, I think we would acquire it at that time. If not, we can approach it just doing work within the existing easement, acquiring a temporary construction easement. That way they're not actually given any right-of-way. We'll just kind of, that also too would be fleshed out through the process. Our preference would definitely be acquire the right-of-way while we have an opportunity. But that's easier said than done sometimes.
So obviously this engineering contract's for $65,000. What do we estimate the construction cost? Or we just don't know? We're gonna bid it all and see where the money takes us, or?
We'll estimate it as it's being designed. It's really too hard to tell because a lot of these, we don't know exactly where we're gonna go with it. I feel that this cost it may not be this much to design it, especially if we get into like the one I said where maybe the best option is just removing trees and moving fences back where you can see. It may be as simple as that, so.
and some of this work, you know, if that's what the work is, as far as, you know, removing trees, that's something we can do in-house, especially during the winter time, you know, when the crews, we don't have projects going. So there's a lot of unknowns at this point. It's just, you know, we'll do what we can afford to do in this sales tax, and like I said, bring you a recommendation which projects on this road to do. We can't, like Eric said, we won't have enough money to do them all.
Probably raising the road will be a big chunk, I would imagine.
That's, yep.
A lot of fill.
Yeah, it's relatively small area. I mean, if we contracted out, yeah, it could be expensive pretty quick.
And then, we didn't really talk about it, but some of these, you know, we could do, like Larry said, we could do ourselves. I mean, some of the small, if it's just changing a little bit of, you know, road, you know, not a whole lot of grading, just minimal things. Of course, we would have to contract out the paving part of it, but we could go in there and grade it ourselves. And that too, we'll kind of work through the process. We wanted to group all these together, get all the surveying done at one time. It's just cheaper to do that as one big group rather than do them individually. And then we'll just kind of proceed through the process. Start with probably prioritizing the projects, the 5. Like I said, the Terra Road location is probably going to be the first priority, and then we'll just work it from there. You know, there's the opportunity that we can do some of the work in-house if it's grading, and we'll just add in the overlay work, or the asphalt work with our normal overlay contract every year. You know, we can do that and save quite a bit of money by doing it that way.
Yeah, well, let's just go ahead and do it, and then try to be creative when we see what it does cost.
And maybe it does come in at the end that we can do everything within the money that we have in the 5-year period.
Yeah.
But we won't really know for sure until we get in and figure out exactly what we're gonna do at each location.
So will the engineering include some geotechnical boring samples and other stuff?
Typically, we don't do that, only if unless we're doing a bridge project in which we have to drive piling. Just try to make we just visually look at it, look at historical data that we've had.
Like the fill area, that would be definitely shot rock through that area. You know, with 18 inches of shot rock, you can bridge just about any soft
Poor
area.
soil.
Yeah.
That's what I would be concerned about,
Right.
through that low-lying area,
Right.
that soil's not
When
gonna
we
be
do,
good.
when we do low-lying areas like that, it's always shot rock. We've always gone in and done that. You know, if we put fabric underneath of it and shot rock over, like I said, about 18 inches, you can pretty well bridge anything. So some areas you might have to go up to 2 foot, but most of the time you can get a good stable foundation.
All the questions I got, you guys good with moving forward?
I am, yeah.
Yes. We need to take a look at it and see what the cost will be on it.
I move that we sign the agreement for professional services with Central Missouri Professional Services for Tanner Bridge Road Safety Improvements Project.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Look,
Okay. Any unfinished business? New business, accounts payable review.
I'd ask for approval of accounts payable. Well, actually, we're gonna wait on the credit card, so we won't have any this time. We're gonna put that on the e-card. So I'm sorry, we don't have any this.
Okay. Discussion of county building equipment?
You kinda had that one, Greg.
Yeah, that's. County clerk to present annual precinct report.
Did you all get a copy of it? You want a copy of it?
if you gotta have.
Hey Larry, who puts up the mirrors there like a Giggins Creek Road?
MoDOT.
MoDOT put them up, or do we have any of them?
No.
Can we go to Walmart and get one and put one up there at Terra Road?
I think they're stainless steel at this time, but I don't know where they got theirs. We can check with Mike Bell to find out.
I just think if we look at maybe putting one up at the end of Terra Road, you know, see over top of that
The
hill.
one at Giggins Creek, did the landowners pay for that, or do you?
Yeah, that's what I was curious. I can check with Dave Sylvester.
I was gonna say, I think they had to pay for MoDOT to put the sign up, I think, or the mirror up.
Because.
We'll check. We'll get.
That'd be an option too, that, right there. And moving the mailboxes, but I don't know if they ever checked on that. So, okay.
All right.
I don't know if they're coming yet next week or not.
Thank you.
Thanks, Larry. Larry.
Okay, by statute, you know, we inspected all our precincts and stuff. Kind of outlines here what we did. The St. Thomas one, you know, where we were voting at the school, the kids were also doing recess in the parking lot, so we thought it was kind of a safety issue. So we moved the precinct down to the Knights of Columbus Hall. And then we toured the link, the new location, and it's a very nice location. We're considering moving McClung Park to the link. It's got a lot of handicap parking. It's a very nice facility. So we're still trying to get that worked out. If we do that, we'll probably do it sometime when we do the when we put our voter canvas out. That way we don't have to send ID cards out twice. So that's it. Any questions? Sweet
And the
and
link
simple.
is okay if we would,
I think it's a very nice facility, yeah.
No, I
It's
mean,
got a
there's
real
a-
nice meeting room and plenty of parking and handicapped accessible.
so you've talked to them and.
Yeah, we went and toured it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's a real nice place. A little nicer than McClung, but, yeah.
Probably easier to get to than McClung too. up there.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
So we're always worried about in the November election, that's gonna snow and we're not gonna be able to get up
That hill.
that hill in McClung Park.
Yeah.
So it's always an issue. So I think we're probably gonna move over there, so. Yep.
Cool.
Good idea.
All right.
Great,
Thanks,
thanks, Steve.
Greg. Appreciate it.
Good thing you sat there for an hour and a half to do that.
It was worth it.
We giving you ideas, Mr. Mayor?
I'm all ears right now, so, yeah, I appreciate you guys having me, and I'll talk with Mr. Shepherdly later on.
Okay,
Come
great.
back anytime.
Thanks, Lucas.
Thank you.
You're welcome anytime.
Okay, do we have anything else before closed session?
Oh.
We're gonna talk about, this lawsuit?
Well, let's save that for closed session.
Okay.
We got the Solid Waste Management District Board, and unless one of you two are wanting to volunteer to take my place on it, then I also have Mark Libering with Public Works. He's still agreed to be my backup on that as our representatives for the county, so.
What's that? Solid Waste Management?
Solid Waste Management District, yeah. So unless somebody else is wanting to do that, then we can just appoint myself and Mark to it again, so if y'all are all right with that. I forgot to put that on before their council meeting. I want to get that to them. We just have to, I guess, make it a record and get it signed.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you,
Oh,
Sam.
you need
What?
more, you need more meetings to go
Said
to,
thank you, Sam.
Oh, okay.
That's anything derogatory
Okay.
yet. Still early.
Hey, are they gonna do a scrap tire pickup again, or did we do one last year, I thought, or?
Didn't we do one last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't necessarily do one every year, but
I see.
I can talk to them and see if we want to. I don't think we had very many come through last year, if I remember right. But we've had some big collections come through before. So I thought if we do them every 2 years, I mean, that may be something we want to look at doing ourselves, even if we don't have them sponsoring it. If they can do some stuff like advertising, and we did have some cost associated, but I'll check with them, because have you had people talking to you about that?
No, I just got a bunch of tires I need to get rid of. Tires and tracks and everything else.
No, I always tease them guys, because they're in the same district. I said, this keeps them from coming over there and putting them in the rivers and stuff, and making Public Works pick them out of the ditches. So I'll check with them on that, but I guess if we want to appoint me and Mark to this again, I don't know if we need to.
Sure. I'll make that motion.
I will second.
Hang on.
Okay.
I move that we reappoint Jeff to the Solid Waste Management
And then Mark Lubering as the,
Committee, I guess.
yeah, as the other official representative.
Okay, I'll amend it.
Okay.
I move that we appoint Jeff Helsher and Mark Libring to the Solid Waste Management District.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm just gonna abstain since it's me. That's what it is. If you want the official stuff, we can have Sam sign it. I guess we can have him sign it
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
I have some other information. I'll put it. I think that we're sponsoring the Missouri Recycling Association Conference, which will be down at the lake.
Oh, yeah?
And they've agreed to sponsor it at a pretty high amount, so if y'all are interested in going to that, let me know.
I might be.
Because that was kind of one of the stipulations, that we will be able to have people that can attend it for free. Otherwise, I think it's fairly costly to go to it.
I think I went to it when it was at Capitol Plaza here several years ago or something. If it was there or something.
Okay, I'll find out for sure.
I got one letter from United Way asking us to be pace setter again. Pace setter campaign dates are July 17th through August 23rd. Since Kristen's not here, I think we should appoint her to do it again, and we'll help her and support her. So.
We need a motion to do that, or just?
You want me to make the motion?
I'll do it. I'll
Okay.
move we appoint Kristen Bearhorse as our United Way
Pace setter.
Pace setter.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It'll teach her not to be here.
Is that I mean, that just means that we're agreeing to raise money?
Yep.
It's not saying we're giving
No.
a certain amount?
Nope.
Up front?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Okay.
Very good.
That's the only,
So that TIF meeting, is that coming up here?
that's Thursday night.
Okay. And that's on St. Mary's?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And they're asking for a TIF for the whole property? Is that right?
Yeah, it's, I just got the I kind of asked, because we had never received anything, and I think they sent it over to me Friday, this last Friday, so I've been perusing it, and it's a book.
So do they have plans to move forward with that if that's approved, or?
Well, I saw in the public notices, they had an ad in there for,
Bidding it?
I think asbestos abatement and some other stuff, so.
Okay. So, slow update on Parkview Meadows. Met with Kaufman last week, told him to hurry up, get it done, and I wasn't very nice about it. But anyway, he is nearing completion of all the pavement. He still has pipe work to do. But anyway, so he is done with all the cul-de-sac work. He's doing the main street coming out. And so, anyway, he's supposed to be kicking it into gear, and told him that we needed it done yesterday, so, anyway.
You guys, on that note, you guys seen the note from Tony Stegman and Joy Howard about probably these two are gonna be separate issues. They won't be combined because of the timing of the finishing. We were hoping at one point we could combine them. That doesn't look like it's gonna happen, so. And anything I get, I'll pass on to you from Tony or Joy Howard.
What's gonna be separate?
The bonding, we were hoping to put those two together, then,
The Randall Drive and Parkview together.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw your email, I didn't understand. I read there real quick, figured we'd talk about it.
Okay.
And then we need to, I'll get it on next week's agenda, but that request for Thursday Night Live and Capitol Eclipse, and you guys just need to decide on that, so. I don't know if did we have Thursday Night Live in the budget, or?
we did put an extra dollar amount in there
Okay.
for economic development. I'll email you that information. The
Okay.
dollar.
Okay. That's all I had.
That's all I got.
Okay.
All right, maybe we go into closed session pursuant to section 610.021 of the revised statutes of Missouri for legal action, sub 1.
Second.
Roll call?
Sam?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
Coffee got cold.
I know.